we're doing the top 20 video game music show. This week is Pirates vs. Ninja, chosen by you. That's right. Not you watching, but maybe. In the future, you could choose. But as of now, most of you did not choose it. And some of you did choose it. Actually, in the future, most of you will not have chosen it as well. This one was chosen by the Discord. And I'm going to tell you who they are. Rudi, Kris, Claudio, Mr. Frikkio are our main producers of this show this week. And myself, too. So, right now we're listening to the Wind Waker menu theme. More like the title theme. I'm sure when you go to the menu, it sounds like the fairy. So, let's get into it with our first track of the week. Also, here's another little intro track for the ninja side of things. This is the opening theme to Tenchu. Composed by the great Noriyuki Asakura, but let's get on to our first official track. Track number 1 is pirate themed. This is from Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Going to be hearing a few tracks from that game today. This is Pirates Beware, composed by Brian Tyler and chosen by Rudi. It's kind of ninja-ish. Interesting, kind of reminds me of The Witcher in a way. Some really great solo violin playing in there that really adds a lot. That time hearing that performance, I'd say this one has got some like interesting melodies. It's held back a little bit by, I'd say, like the pretty generic cinematic rhythms. You know, those kind of like, it's just like that big heavy kind of timpani and those, just the drums you hear in like every big movie and trailer and stuff. But I think it does have some nice dynamics too, where it'll sometimes slow down or just kind of quiet down and give the song a chance to breathe a little, like it's doing now. So I get it though. I get, like, Ubisoft makes big games and they want it to be cinematic. It's a cinematic looking game, so I get why they're going for that. So And that's Ubisoft for you. Ubisoft is always like, they have a lot of cool ideas, but they also really want to be mainstream, and they're scared of scaring off the general audience. So, or at least that's what it sounds like to me, and looks like to me, and feels like to me. On to the next. Number 2, our first ninja theme of the day from Katana 0. This is Snow, composed by Bill Kiley. Chosen by Kris. Bloody sequel to Birdman. I don't know what that is. It's like some kind of very, very like tight stringed instrument, but man, does that sound nice. Mixed with like a really low, deep kind of chill hoppy bass and drums. And then you've got really jazzy players, but a very straight rhythm guitar rhythm. Because usually, jazz people, they don't like to play something that simple, but that just really anchors it. It lets the drums be a little stranger, a little more ambient. It lets the bass really go all over the place. Because you just get that person. And maybe it's actually because they're soloing. Maybe the person doing all that stanky soloing is the one holding the chords down, so maybe that's why. But it's funny because the chords are like higher than the solo. This is amazing. I'm going to save this one. The percussion is very. Yeah, just keep it very floaty, very sexy. Oriental blues, baby. All right. Number 3. Also ninja from Muramasa. Hey, Muramasa, the Demon Blade. This is Seasonal Beauties, composed by Masaharu Iwata, chosen by Claudio. Wind chime. That's sort of like Hawk's flute. Game. This comment says, I owned this as a kid. I played this as a child. Yeah, you did? Those are some heaving breasts. They're really heaving. The music is quite beautiful. So listen to the flutes just heave the strings up and down. Yeah, it does have a rolling rhythm to it. It's nice. I like that. It's almost like a really fast bolero, but not so uptight as a bolero. It's not trying to be as flashy. It's just like it's almost like tired and relentless. A little more minimal. Some of those string melodies are pretty neat. Some of it does have like kind of like very thoughtful, kind of introspective, like kind of a heavy sort of harmonization. It does actually feel very Final Fantasy. I could see it being in maybe Final Fantasy X, or even 12 maybe. Nice. Number 4. This is pirate themed from Sly 3. That's right. We got you with your Sly 3. This is Pirate Fight, composed by Peter McConnell, chosen by Mr. Frikkio. Yeah, Chris had mentioned in Discord, thanks for the Sly Cooper, and somebody, I think it must have been was it Claudio, or somebody had said like, oh, this came up before the Pirates of the Caribbean. Really has like bum boom bum 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 boom boom bum, the waltzy dun 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 dun. This was, I mean, this was pretty nice cinematic video game music at the time, you know, that this came out. Maybe it's Sly 3, so I don't know. Oh, it looks pretty nice for a PS2 game. 2005, just as it's a nice looking, it's like almost kind of cel shaded, or I wonder if somebody's running this through an emulator and they're like up-resing it with some weird filter. Yeah, I guess like, I mean, I think waltzing has always worked well for water, you know. Dun, dun. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Like 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 1 2 3 1. Whether you're counting it in 3 4 or 6 8, but it's yeah, I mean, water, like that waltz time has always felt floaty. It's felt like you're in the sky. It's felt like it's, you know, along the water. And I think just when you kind of use those like heroic and melodic phrases, just gives it a sense of like action and honorable pirates. Not like the pirates of like, oh shit, we were on vacation. These pirates are coming. We're fucked. Oh my god, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna kill us? I know they're gonna want our money, but what if we don't have enough money to kill them? Are they just gonna kill us? Are they gonna hold us ransom? Are they gonna? Oh my god, here they come. Should we fight? Should we fight them back? Should we just knock them out? Should we just kick them on? Kick them as they try to come on? They have machine guns. What are we gonna do? You know, that's scary. Real pirates. but there's like a playfulness to movie pirates. Number 5 from Banjo Kazooie. This is Treasure Trove Cove by Grant Kirkhope. Really blown away by how this sounds, and I'm actually so distracted by the quality of this. I must know, is this like the remaster or something? How did they get these sounds out of the N64? They're perfect. Is it just a rare thing? Is it just Grant Kirkhope's incredible control over the sound chip? I mean, because Rare was working pretty closely with Nintendo. They're basically like one of their companies. Yeah, it's probably the Xbox remaster. Let's see. Here's this level probably has the original music. I don't know. Well, this one says it's from the original N64, and it sounds great. So, I mean, sometimes it's like the instruments that you choose really have a big effect on it. But a lot of times, like, stringed instruments are very hard to make sound good with that general MIDI sound. But I'd say, like, the backup marimbas sound so good. Like this kind of stuff. The cartoonish sort of, yeah, marimbas sound really nice. And sort of that melody in the first bit. So good. The flute or whatever that is really nice too. Wow. Number 6 from the ninja side of things. This is from Suikoden 2, The Hidden Village of the Ninja, composed by Miki Higashino, chosen by Rudi. Definitely like a great Japanese village sound, and I guess ninjas have their, you know, ninjas go off the clock, and they relax in their villages, maybe. They always seem like loners to me. Or maybe they just take off the ninja garb and they can just get on as somebody in a village, right? But back then, everybody had a job, so people would be like, what's with Shinobi over there? How come he's, you know, he never seems to fish, or, you know, he's like always sleeping in. It's like he's out all night. And he doesn't have anyone close to him. He says it's not too dangerous. But he swears he's not a ninja, but, you know, how does he have money? Weird. He's always making smoke bombs. But this is just a beautiful, I mean, it says it's the secret village of the ninja. Yeah, that's right. Once you you can't continue on with a peg leg. You know what, though? That's a great thing about Pyrates, is that they really pushed, like, workplace differences. If you have one leg, no problem. And in fact, if you injured your leg on the job, we'll keep you here. We'll keep you not gainfully employed. If gainfully means legal, we'll keep you employed. You'll be working a lot, actually. But I guess, but back then it wasn't really about, like, because they had, like, children working in the mines, and they'd lose fingers in factories, and they'd lose fingers, and they'd keep them working, and it wasn't really that they were keeping care of them. It was more like, we would just prefer you to keep working with your little nub. Alright, next. Oh, you know what I didn't say about this track is that I find it's like the riff feels like it's a waltz, but it's not, you know. It's like 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the riff is just like 1, 2, 3. No, maybe it doesn't feel like that actually. Yeah, there's something about that piano arpeggio that it's just, it feels like it's kind of it's doing its own thing rhythmically, as opposed to the rest of the music, but they all line up with each other. It's pretty cool. Number 7 from Assassin's Creed Black Flag. This is In the Midst, composed by Brian Tyler and chosen by Kris. Doesn't that one guitar thing that just sounds so cool? I think they used it in the Witcher 3 soundtrack too. Yeah, it's a nice little piece of music there. Pretty emotional violin and a lot of like tension, exactly. So let's Some interesting things done with the timing too. It's not like an irregular 4/4/8/8 in the just in like when the riff starts over. There's something odd about it, you know. It's just kind of like dun 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 dun. I'm trying to count, but like it keeps catching me off guard. And then sometimes it's just weird riffs, but in the background of it, it's still just normal. Like the delay in that violin as well. By normal, I mean like, you know, 4/4 lining up regularly. Number 8, Pyrates from Soul Calibur 2. That's right, the one that had Link and Heihachi and Spawn. This is Eternal Struggle, composed by a few people: Junichi Nakatsuru, Yoshihito Yano, Asuka Sakai. Chosen by Claudio. Similar. This came before Pirates of the Caribbean, because it has that kind of like just really kind of heroic, and the way it kind of rises up and down, just like the shape of the melody. Yeah, I like that too. Assume the dramatic pause resemble waves crashing into a ship. It's kind of like that. And we're in. Sort of like the boat kind of going up, landing. Track number 9, Ninja, from Metal Gear Rising. That's right, revengeance, of course. This is the Rules of Nature, composed by James Christopherson and chosen by Mr. Frikkio. I think they're going for like a Metallica thing. All right, that's pretty cool. You know, the first time I heard this, I was like, yeah, it's kind of a neat, like, industrial rock thing. But it's got like a bit of a, it's got some like dancey vibe to it. No, I'm not a big fan of that kind of vocal style, but I didn't realize it until hearing it again now that they're sometimes going for a Metallica thing. And I'm sure anybody that is into metal is gonna, have some influence from Metallica. Not me, only do metal. Okay, not you. I think it, makes sense for like, it's when he ends the sentence like that. Yeah, a bit like the parts, some industrial stuff, some, it's gets like the electronic influence and the darkness. It's like a pretty big epic chorus. But I'd say this is just Konami, like taking the Metal Gear world and trying to make their own crazy game without all Kojima's words, just like putting it into action right on the screen. Number 10, halfway through, from Revenge of Shinobi. Hello. I love those Genesis cases. This is The Shinobi. Stage 1, composed by Yuzo Koshiro of Streets of Rage fame, chosen by me. I think that this track like really suits Shinobi, just the kind of way like Shinobi is just this buzz saw, like a circle saw. He put him down and he goes through everybody in the level. Yeah, he's just like a ninja, but I mean, he's making people explode. He's like, it's not. You're not really sneaking at all, because you're in a two-dimensional game, so you just have to go through people. But yeah, I like a lot of things in this. I love the little breakdown. Bam bam ba-dum, bam bam ba-dum. I like how the intro just sounds like a million stars are being deflected by a sword. And just that nice, like, funky background that goes so well. It's the way this one just lays down, gets it down. Yeah, it's very straight ahead, really nice. Oh, really inventive melodies and everything. I like that sort of one. Number 11. If you're watching the edited version of the YouTube, I just spent probably about 5 minutes moving my desk around and realizing it's not quite set up to be sit-stand at this moment. Now it's very like David Lynchian. Hello. I've come to talk to you about a pirate theme from Skies of Arcadia on the Dreamcast in 2000. This is Sky Pirate Hideout, composed by Tatsuyuki Maeda and chosen by Rudi. You know what I like about this one a lot is in the bass. I love how the bass goes boom ba dum boom ba dum boom ba boom ba, rather than going like boom ba dum boom ba dum. It's got that little hesitation on the second one, just to offer you up that little bit of just that little bit of difference. Yeah, it's very kind of festive, you know, like worldly celebration or. God, I love that electric piano sound they use there. That electric bass fits really, really well too. The piano makes it kind of mournful. So does this solo instrument, but then the accordion and kind of like the ching, ching, ching gives it a more of like a festive, excitable vibe. Ooh, shredding on there. Number 12 from Sekiro. This is Divine Dragon, composed by Yuka Kitamura, chosen by Kris. Track's interesting because it's a boss battle, but it's not big, heavy drums. It's not really loud dramatics. It's not crazy choir. It's like kind of peaceful. Solo flute instrument leading the way. You know, some like light strings kind of flitting along quickly in the background to support it. And then I think what gives it the feeling of a boss is more like those big kind of cymbal washes and just those big lower, almost like lightning strikes of bass. So there's like a reverentialness to it, but because, I mean, you're floating up in the clouds and riding the lightning, it's like a really nice choice. And also from, I can't remember this boss, but a lot of the comments were saying this is one of their favorite boss fights. It's also one of the easier ones too. I think because it's just all counters and it's like very, very telegraphed. And, you know, it's just like big spikes. I think the toughest thing with Sekiro bosses is when they get to like a second form, and then all of a sudden they're, you know, doing these like really long combos, and you're like, how do I even block that? What is that? And then you die, and then you don't get a chance to practice until you go through the first phase again. Then you start getting impatient. You lose to the first phase. Yeah, tough game. Probably my favorite From Software game. Just because it was a little easier. A little more relatable. You know, like the Souls games, I mean, I think they kind of feel like more complete packages and more of their own thing, but yeah, it's not as like, although the story's powerful and the atmosphere is powerful in Souls games, even if I don't understand the story, or take the time to dive into the lore and read about it, you still feel it, you know, you feel the atmosphere of it. Sekiro a little more human. I really like the parry system and the offensive nature. Oh god, I love Sekiro. It's so fun. But I'm totally scared to play it again. Number 13 from Goemon64. This is Hot Blooded Man, composed by Yasumasa Kitagawa. Chose by Claudio. Hot Blooded Man. saw a blooded man. I didn't know that's what he was going to sound like. This track is like, this is a fucking adventure, man. This track just keeps it going and going. It's got that, you know, it's funny, like, when you know the song is where it's going to end up, and then when you listen to the beginning, it's that, and the hi-hat. The hi-hat's telling you, this is where we're going, but I'll let you build up to it. And there's like weird kind of bloop, 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 like you're in the sewers or something. Hinting at the melody to come to. Which is like a very Latin kind of, almost like a salsa. So cool. What a great track. You know, I think it's okay to sound a little silly because there's like a silly tone in this game. You know, the oversized heads to some of them, and just the way their eyes are, and like that guy's wearing like a hat. He's looking at the back of a baseball hat, or that's his beard is connected to his hair. It's pretty wild. What I remember about this game is, you know, being in high school and having a PlayStation, my friend having an N64, and tell him about like Final Fantasy VII and all the cool RPGs. And he's like, yeah, I really wanted to play one, so it's like the only one they had was this. And I don't even think it's really an RPG. Going on. I remember him telling me, God, I remember like exactly where I was standing. It was the grade 9 locker bay in a corner. Talked about the World Junior Championships. We talked about Canada versus Russia. And I just remember him telling me, it's like, it's weird. They talk about it like it's a game. They mention that it's a game. And I think it was the first time we'd kind of seen that in a game before, like the fourth wall breaking. Interesting. Number 15. You know, it seems like now there's been a big resurgence in Ninja Turtles video games. When did they stop? Well, here's one that was on the PS2. TMNT 2 Battle Nexus. This is the Foot Ninja headquarters track, composed by Masanori Akita, Yuichi Tsuchiya. One of those. It's a Konami sound team thing. And chosen by Mr. Frikkio. Section, I think they quoted from the original TMNT movie. Sort of. Goes on. Wow, it's like a pretty fun little track. You know, when I was listening to that earlier today, I thought, oh no, it's a bit kind of like, didn't seem like it had a lot, it felt very generic, but I think it really embraces what it's doing, and it comes up with enough interesting stuff. and really kind of grows, and it's like I think it's very aware of what it's doing. There's like some kind of tongue-in-cheek rhythm changes, like ba-da-ba-ba-ba, you know, just kind of like it's having fun, it's being funky. I would think like if I wanted to score a Ninja Turtles game, I think there's 4 of them, so I think you'd have 4 instruments. I'd have 4 people in a band doing funky kind of playing, you know, they'd be playing fun stuff like Persona, like that kind of deal, but really like 1 guitar, 1 bass, 1 drum, you know, and kind of hearing them like Michelangelo would be the drums, maybe Donatello would be the bass, and then you'd have Leonardo and Raphael's like dueling guitar and maybe like synth or something. Be kind of cool, like crazy stabs and sounds, like aggressive sounds from Raphael and the synth, and then Leonardo with the guitar. Be cool. Now I wanted to listen to a bit of the original Ninja Turtles movie soundtrack, the score actually, because I want to hear that thing that I thought we quoted. This is a fucking good soundtrack. You know, I'm gonna have to pause this on YouTube. Sorry. Yeah, let's give it a go. Worst off to do is mute it. It's like super fun, super funky. But I wanted to hear the more quiet part. That cool, kind of like proggy keyboard. So good. Man, I love this movie when I was a kid, and it still holds up really well. The first one. Great puppets, great ninja fights, bit of humor, but still a serious tone. Somehow they managed to make it feel like super goofy. There we go. That's the part that they quoted. Ba-da. 15, okay. Yeah, we could watch it. Yeah, we could watch it together, or we could Ninja Turtles movie, or watch it on our own time and then talk. No, we should watch it together and we'll discuss. Anyways, number 15 from Sea of Thieves. This is Becalmed, composed by Robin Beanland, chosen by myself. Himself as he loved to do every morning. I know Peter over there didn't like it, as the poop deck was unfortunately near his bedroom, and that smell came in every morning. And while he was bent over, pooping away, why a shark jumped right up, bit his arse clean off. He fell backwards in the water, yelling, "My arse! And it stings! The salt water!" That's how he went. Sunk right down. You see, the arse the most flotational part of the body. Without your arse out of luck. Where the saying comes from. Goodbye, Black-Eyed Tony. Goodbye. Number 16. This is from the game I Ninja. Remember that phase where everything had an eye in front of it? It was so modern. This came out in 2003, of course. This is title screen, composed by either Nick Arundel, Mark Bandola, or Rob Lord. Chosen by Rudi. That nobody wants is so catchy. Man, that is some goofy ass, funky ass, early 2000s music, like Chris says. You put the eye on to be modern and it immediately dates it. And like, you put all these sounds in here, like DJ scratching, and just, it was a funny time. Like, even you listen to, I would go back and listen to a bit of Destiny's Child, and I didn't realize how many crazy sound effects were in the song. It's like, and Bills, it's just, there's like one of those, like a penny whistle, and like springs, and it sounds so childish in a way, but I think it was throwing in lots of stuff that, I don't know, to make it subconsciously fun. Seems corny. Corny now. Number 17 of our 20. We're getting there. Another one from Sea of Thieves. This is We Shall Sail Together, composed by Robin Beanland, chosen by Chris.
Cloaked in folds of midnight waters, side by side, we sons and daughters, we set forth for no king's orders, but we'll sail together. Hold fast, tides are turning, flames roar, fires are burning, we'll all be returning if we sail together.
You know, right as you typed that, Chris, I was thinking exactly the same thing. Like, oh, maybe they just wrote this for the trailers. Very, very, like, it's in that era of the last 8 years where trailers have something really well known that is fun, like the Ghostbusters theme or What You Do with the Drunken Sailor, but then slowed down, epic, big drums. Because it's modern. Modern life is sad. Number 18. This is from League of Legends. Butcher Bridge late game. And it is composed by Alexander Temple and chosen by Claudio. Oh, yeah, Oh. Hey. Ooh. Like pedaling off of the D string. I like that boom boom. Hey ha. Hey! Awesome. You know, when I first saw League of Legends on the screen, I don't know League of Legends that well. And it seems like a lot of, this kind of stuff. But the music is, awesome. And sound a little 60s on the guitar. Like Painted Black or something. But it's just good, I will. I'll do. It's now that I'm standing, it's very easy to grab a guitar, and it's nice to use the guitar to kind of explain a bit with the chords what's going on. And I could have a piano there too, but guitar is my main instrument. So what I'm doing now is I still haven't fully really committed to setting everything up because I'm not sure how I want to set it up yet. And you guys know how much of a pain in the ass it is to set up, 2 monitors and all the equipment and cables and everything. And you want to have good cable management, getting it out of your face. And anyways, on to the next. Number 19. It's a tiny one. This is Ratchet and Clank Bootylicious, Quest for Booty. And it is Angstrom's Brew, composed by David Burgo. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Chosen by Mr. Frikkio. It's only 15 seconds. Now, it does say Angstrom Brew solved, so I guess that's like a sort of a congratulatory, maybe you finish the level, you finish a puzzle. Has like a real kind of Danny Elfman, the way it's got like a quirkiness to the melody and like really kind of circusy instruments too, like boom, 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 boom. Just like the way the cymbals are almost like shambling, like. And the accordion is very circusy. There it is. You hear that boom. It's like the two went forward. Yeah, very short, very sweet, very fun, very circusy, very fun. Fun. All right, thanks for joining us on this. This is the last song, track number 20. If you want to be a part of it, there'll be in the description a Discord link. You could join there, and we can tell you all about it. You just can help us pick themes, help us pick songs. Thanks very much to Claudio, Mr. Frikkio, Rudi, and Kris for producing this episode alongside me. This last one was chosen by me, composed by Michael Land, and is the theme to Monkey Island 3. Some really traditional reggae. Chris, like, you keep thinking you're gonna get that resolution, then it kind of modulates and takes that melody just off to a different key. There's like so many unexpected little places it goes. It's really nice. That's the life of a pirate, you see. You never know when you're gonna be finding the booty of both types, getting your arse bit off by a shark, losing your eye because a little flying kid dressed in green pokes it out. Or maybe his little... You never told me about the way I lost... Well, the way you lost your eye. And it was from a little Tinkerbell who just came up and poked him in the eye. Little Tinkerbell flew into his eye socket, hollowed his eye right out, and he was left screaming. He just was trying to be a pirate. A legal job at the time. There were no laws. Sea law. Alright, if you're watching on YouTube, it's over. Thanks very much. If you're watching on the Twitch, I'll be here with you now. I was talking about Captain Hook. Oh, he has both eyes, doesn't he? But he leaves his hand. Tinkerbell just went in there and like burrowed into his wrist and just chewed. She just chewed all the way around. It was horrific, but you can't get her out. She's so small. What are you gonna do? She's magic. What are you gonna do? Stab your own hand? Probably tried. Probably cut off his own hand to get her out of there. Tinkerbell's a real bad bitch. Goodbye, YouTube.